First of all, thank you so much for making the time and coming to speak about everything spiritual. I think this podcast is going to be full of spiritual nuances, and if somebody who is on the spiritual path will really enjoy this podcast, and if somebody who is just starting their journey, I think they will also have a lot to learn from this podcast. What do you think?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And I think that as we discuss these concepts, it really clarifies people's perception of spirituality, especially new age versus conventional, and there's a lot to unravel here.
And Arpita is into Reiki healing. She is into KQ healing. She is also a certified Bach flower therapist, and she also knows about tarot reading, about astrology, numerology, and spiritual sciences. There is so much. Like, how do is there a specific thought you wake up with?
Well, the number one thought I wake up with is gratitude, because all thanks to divine grace I've been initiated into spiritual sciences, healing modalities, and it's been many years. I've been a healer for over 20 years, and that has given me so much knowledge and guidance along the spiritual path. I truly have come a long way, and I'm happy to help people with this.
That's so amazing. I think the word initiation is something that people would not know much about, but we will touch upon that in some time. I think let's start with Reiki healing. So even though I know that mostly people would know what Reiki healing is, they know it's something related to energies and healing. Mm-hmm. Is there something more you would like to shed light upon when we talk about Reiki healing?
Oh well, yes. Reiki is the Divine Mother's energy. It is God's own energy that has been rediscovered. It has been around forever, but every time the world ended and then there was the apocalypse and a new world began, there were spiritual seekers who rediscovered it. In our time, the rediscoverer of Reiki is called Master Mikao Usui. He went through a very deep, rigorous spiritual journey wherein he went to a mountain and he spent time meditating, and the Reiki energies emerged and appeared before him. Then he took the science forward and taught people and transformed their lives. So this is a spiritual energy that when initiation takes place, the chakras are opened, a master initiates you, wherein the divine energies are connected to our chakras, and as these energies flow, our karma heals, and everything is karma. So when karma heals, challenges, blocks in life are removed, and our experience of life becomes better, happier, and more fulfilled.
That's so nice. So when you say your master initiated you, did he say a mantra, or did he touch one of your did he touch a chakra, or was it just energy? Was it just him sitting and you sitting? How does that process happen?
So you're in the energizing room. There is an initiation room, and you have to close your eyes, and the spiritual master will go through the specific steps which we're not allowed to reveal. Okay. But nobody touches. But okay. there is an initiation wherein they impact the chakras through their energies, and they open up the chakras, and at different levels different kinds of initiations happen. Like Reiki 1 is different, Reiki 2 is different, Reiki 3 and onward. So there's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. You're in a closed room in a very safe environment, and the spiritual master opens up your chakras and initiates you into Reiki.
Wow. So did you feel like a distinct energy shift before and after the initiation?
Well, I felt while during the initiation also I felt things happening. Even though my eyes were closed, I did not know what was really going on, but I could feel and sense things in my chakras, like third eye chakra, crown chakra, etc. So I felt that there was definitely some energy flow. Mm-hmm. And thereafter I felt much lighter, happy for no reason. that kind of joyfulness, which I hadn't experienced in a long time as an adult. When you're hustling in a corporate life, it's hard to have that calm, peaceful, happy experience. So for me, that was what happened.
Okay. So do you think anybody, even though if that person is not from the spiritual background, but is like, for example, into a corporate life, can that person also try and get into Reiki healing?
Of course. In fact, so many people who are healers, my fellow healers, are working in the corporate world. In fact, even Reiki masters are working in the corporate world. It is completely normal because your daily grind is there. In fact, if anything, healing improves the quality of life. It improves our overall experience of work, personal relationships, finances, spiritual life, everything gets better. So everybody can do it. Just about anyone, even if they have no background, they can just enroll into an initiation and become healers.
Wow, that's amazing. And I feel like once you can take charge of your energies, when you can take charge of such subtle energies, subtle things, you become a more confident person. You can suddenly talk in public. You can, you can have conversations. You can make the other person feel comfortable and, warm. So that is something like a social quality also increases of a person, right?
Of course. Because ultimately confidence is your relationship with yourself.
Absolutely.
And once you heal that, all the chakras are healed, there is self-love. And Reiki is love energies. It's the purest form of love. It's the mother energies. And so when you embrace that self-love, once you start doing your healing, or even if you get healing done, the experience shifts from that negative anxiety mode that we're all in to a happy, peaceful mode wherein there's self-love and there's fulfillment, and so obviously confidence, social relationships, harmony in life is what we aim
That's
to achieve.
amazing. Let's move on to KQ healing. Now, KQ stands for karmic quotient.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting. Can you explain what that is?
Sure. So just like Reiki healing, KQ is karma quotient healing.
Okay.
And through this, we can heal one's karma. It is important to understand that everything we're experiencing is karma. Whether it is happiness, relationships, finances, and disease, everything is karma. But if something is challenging for you, rather than sitting and being hopeless, it is rather empowering to have a healing modality wherein you can do something about it. If there is a disease or if there is a challenge, you don't just sit around and linger in that negativity. You can actually take action, take control of your life, send healing, heal that karma, and lead a happier, more fulfilled life. So karma quotient healing is the father healing energies. Like Reiki is the mother healing energies, KQ is the father healing energies. So it's like a father figure, very strong, firm, clear. That's KQ. Reiki is warm, loving. So that's the balance. And through KQ, the healing is very fast and sharp, and through Reiki, healing is warm and nurturing.
So would you suggest that someone who has started their Reiki healing journey should also start their KQ healing journey?
Definitely. I think that first one should experience Reiki healing energies and practice for a little while, and once you have become comfortable with it, once you are regular, that experience, that feeling will come when you are centered. Okay. And after that, definitely one should go for KQ, because this combination is amazing. It gives you an advantage in life.
Okay. So when you say that you heal the karmas of, so do you do it for other people as well? Do you heal other people's karmas?
Yes. Okay. Yes, we do.
Okay. So when we say that a person should go through the karma in order to learn something, so where does that come? Like if healers heal the karma of the other person, how will that person go through what that person has to go through in order to learn something in life?
So the lessons that one needs to learn will be learnt anyway.
Okay.
That is not what we interfere with.
Correct.
We
That's
interfere
what I
with the
wanted.
pain, the suffering.
Okay.
Because of course when healing happens, the lesson is also learnt, but the suffering and pain is minimized, and that is what we aim at.
It's like a spiritual medicine.
Kind of. It is. That's why it's called healing, because there has to be a
Correct.
wound in order for it to heal. And so when we're born with all this karma, obviously we don't remember. Maybe somebody had harmed someone, but now their intentions are good. They're a good person. There should be some way for people to apologize and seek apology from the universe, from the divine, and exit that pain. And this healing modality is exactly giving you that opportunity.
Wow, thank you so much for shedding light onto that and saying, talking about how asking forgiveness from the universe should be something that we should be, asking for at all times, because we all are humans and we do make, we do make mistakes.
course.
But if we keep, ego
Yeah.
from the universe, that
Yeah.
it does like take our happiness away.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I think now let's talk about the Bach flower therapy. First of all, I love the name. It's so intriguing. Can you tell like our viewers who have no idea what Bach flower therapy is? Can you tell them what it is?
Sure. Bach flower therapy originated in the UK. Dr. Edward Bach, who was a physician, he realized that patients were not healing completely through allopathy, and he was a very sensitive person. So he started exploring his relationship with plants, and he realized that certain flowers had the property, had the magic of healing emotions. And we understand that emotions are the root cause of all disease. First, emotions enter our body, our aura, and from there they lead to diseases in different parts of one's body. And so by healing emotions, we can heal all diseases in one's body. And most importantly, this has been used for decades throughout the world for emotional healing, psychological healing, and physical healing. So we use the essence of nature, the flowers, which have a natural property to make you feel happier, joyful. It's like nature's hug.
Wow, I mean, it's like unbelievable,
Yeah.
something that nice is out there,
Right.
So are there any side effects of taking?
None at all. Even pregnant women take it. It's completely safe for everybody, including children, including pets. In fact, it has been seen that it is the most effective treatment, because psychiatric medicines are very strong, they have side effects, but this doesn't have any side effects. Obviously, the big pharma doesn't want people to know that this exists, but I mean, if I can share, the royal family in the UK only takes Bach flower remedies. They don't take allopathy because they know how much they funded pharma, so they know the chemicals that go in it. But this has no side effects at all, and the most important thing is that the results are immediate and long term. They're not temporary. So when you are going through, say somebody's going through grief, somebody's going through a challenging situation, a breakup, or any kind of emotional situation, depression, anxiety, it works very well with anxiety. So, and even kids who are struggling with exams, this works fabulously. It instantly reduces anxiety, has a long-term impact, heals trauma, including childhood trauma. Like in conventional therapy, you have to talk about it, which is very painful, and it sometimes takes years because you don't remember. But in this, you don't have to remember the trauma. It will just go inside and heal your chakras and heal the memory of that trauma in your chakras. And so as a result of it, you grow into a happier person. And I've seen this, I've seen people transform in front of my eyes. Within 6 months, a year, they had completely changed from OCDs, anxieties, chronic anxiety to complete happy, joyful life.
So let's say a person is going through anxiety, right? And now that person decides to take therapy, right? So would you say that Bach flower therapy is an alternative to therapy, or would you say it goes hand in hand, like it's complementary to therapy? Does it make the process faster?
Well, it certainly does make the process faster, and I would recommend that they should use it in a complementary way, because some people like to talk about it and they have a lot to vent out, and that is also a way. But I have had patients who did not go to therapy, but they only came to me for Bach flower remedies, and this alone changed their lives. So it can be used independently also, and it can single-handedly heal one's emotional state. But if one is already in therapy, it can be taken alongside therapy. In fact, there are a lot of psychologists who use this in their practice. It can be taken alongside psychiatric medicines also, because there's no side effect, there are no contraindications.
So, what are the ways of consuming it? Like, are there drops? Do I have to dilute them with water, or how does one, take these?
Yeah. So there are 3 methods.
Okay.
One is that you get it in a liquid form. You can either have it with water, or you can have it as a dosage as prescribed for you. The second is homeopathic balls, those sugar globules.
Yes.
So in the form of sugar globules, we can impregnate them with the remedies, and a professional can give them to you. Like, I make them personally, and these are energized sugar balls, and I give a specified time to consume them, and that's one. The third is that it can be given, like in case of pets, in case of children, or in case somebody has resistance, like somebody is into addiction or has grief and they don't want to take medicines, like older people. We can make it in the form of a spray.
Okay.
So it can be externally applied to a person's clothes, to a person, like if somebody is really unwell, you can instantly spray and make them feel better.
So, you spoke about all these healing modalities. How is your experience of all of these?
Well, I became a healer when I was a teenager. So at 16, it was all very new. I understood about chakras, and over the years I have explored many healing modalities: Reiki, KQ, pranic healing, Bach flower therapy, astrology, numerology, Vastu, everything. And I feel that they're all interconnected. There is an energy of the cosmos that is directly impacting us. There are planets, there are energies, spiritual energies, there are spiritual mentors and angels that have been around forever, who are guiding us along the process. And life is not linear. People think that, if I just work hard and if I follow a blueprint, I'll just win at life. But there are times when there are ups and downs, and when one faces challenges, almost everyone is forced to go through that spiritual journey. And these tools are very useful, because through numerology, through astrology, through tarot, through healing, we're able to harness the energy of the universe. These are languages, universe's languages, to understand our path, our journey. And this is like an advantage. It's like you have a special head start. You're walking on tall shoulders when you have these energies on your side, because otherwise, if you walked in the dark, you'll be hesitant. If you had a blindfold, you'll be hesitant because you can't see what lies ahead. But if somebody sheds light on your path, if you have a torchlight, you'll walk with confidence. And that's what these healing modalities do. They shed the light, and that's what Guru is. Guru means remover of darkness. So that flashlight in your hand, whether it is Reiki, KQ, tarot, and whatever else, Bach flower therapy, they're all shedding light on your path, and it removes fear, gives you the confidence to live your life happily, joyfully, and with abundance.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
No, I think there's so much to learn from you. You have spoken about, the subtlest of things. You have spoken about things that generally people don't speak about, and we don't get to hear about these things so much. So thank you for doing what you do, healing people and, being an empath, being a light worker. Thank you for doing.
Thank you. You're also a light worker, and I think together we can spread more love and light.
Surely. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.